Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explained here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations, the manga, and for anime only fans. This is the time of month where a lot of the content on the channel is going to be spoiler heavy, so I thank you for your support. However, if you're still here, then I'm assuming you've already read the Boruto manga, and I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I feel like is going to be a growing possibility of something that's going to happen in the future of this series, which is Momoshiki betraying Boruto. Now, I've talked about in the past about how these two characters, they have a huge interest to work alongside one another because obviously neither one of them wants to be fed to the Ten Tails and have their body devoured so the Ten Tails can produce a brand new chakra fruit for everyone to eat. And so I wanted to talk to you guys about Momoshiki doing the about face, which is basically turning on Boruto. And the more you look at the reasons for why Momoshiki should work with Boruto, the more you see reasons of why Momoshiki is not gonna work with Boruto. And like we do at all things on this channel, I either talk about theories that other people have, or I give you guys my personal thoughts, or I decide to give it to you from both ends of the argument. And so since I've already talked about why these characters should likely work together, I want to discuss why there's a possibility that Momoshiki can betray him. So the very first thing you need to look at is the fact that Momoshiki right now does not have another karma seal. And so if he allows Isshiki to feed Boruto to the Ten Tails, and even if he has to wait for Isshiki to wait for Boruto to hit that perfect Otsutsuki level to where Momoshiki's been able to reincarnate and then he feeds them to the Ten Tails that way, I don't think that Momoshiki's gonna allow things to go that far. I don't think he's gonna allow it to get to that point. And the reason being is that Momoshiki originally came to this planet. Yes, he was looking for Kaguya, but also to finish the job that Kaguya did not do, which was essentially there should have been a god tree that was planted, and there should have been chakra that was harvested as well. And Momoshiki, based on everything that we've seen from this character, Momoshiki's greedy enough to where he would try and do something like that, to where he would essentially make Boruto abandon his friends, abandon his village by taking over his entire body. I could even see Momoshiki taking things a step further and self-imposing the prophecy that he gave to Boruto, where he told Boruto, those blue eyes of yours, they can take everything away from you. Well, what's one of the ways that Boruto can lose everything? Boruto, we know based on this conversation, had a very small idea of what was happening when Momoshiki took over his body. If Momoshiki takes over Boruto's body when Boruto's at full chakra and he's even further progressed down the karma stage, Momoshiki could do some real damage and actually start destroying chunks of the village. He could actually start killing some of the people that Boruto cares about, which would in turn force Boruto on the run, even though Boruto did nothing wrong himself. It's because right now the five Kage do not know that Boruto has an Otsutsuki inside of him. That's something they don't know. And if they get in a situation where Boruto's lost control not just once but twice, and Naruto's Hokage has kept that under wraps, now you're in a situation where now there's strain put between Naruto and the other members of the five Kage alliance. That puts a strain with Boruto and other people inside of his village. And most importantly, because that's a power that the five Kage, obviously with the exception of Naruto, cannot handle, I could see a scenario to where Momoshiki's actions force Boruto to where Boruto's on the run, and that would be one way that you could have this betrayal. Now, the other thing that you have to look at too is the fact that right now nobody has an answer to how to stop Boruto from being taken over by Momoshiki. So I think that that's also something that kind of will feed into the decision of what to do with Boruto if Naruto does die, like this last chapter stated, since Naruto's gonna be tapping into his power. So it's gonna be very interesting to see if that's one way that Momoshiki actually betrays him. The other thing is, I think, a little bit more tragic, which is the fact that Momoshiki could simply just wait things out and wait for Isshiki to potentially fail to put the karma seal on Kawaki, and then if he succeeds in putting the karma seal on Kawaki, he could simply hijack Boruto's body and try and wait out the process for him to take over Boruto's body after it's gotten stronger, and potentially try to defeat Kawaki and Isshiki in that manner and feed one one of them to the god tree as well. That would cut even deeper with Boruto, given the fact that Boruto has a very tough relationship with Kawaki. Tough in the sense that they're very close. You could argue that Boruto views him like he's a blood brother and not just like brother in name only, like how they had the fist bump and it's like, okay, like they've become friends, but now we look at it like they've actually bonded. They both wanted to break free of this curse that came from the karma seal, and I could kind of see something like that to where that's a betrayal on Boruto as well. Now, the third thing, which is probably the least likely, is a possibility of Momoshiki and Isshiki agreeing to team up, and that's something I've seen a lot of people actually raise a possibility over, which is the fact that at the end of the day, both of these guys are Otsutsuki themselves. And when you look at when Momoshiki first came down here, he said that the chakra fruit that they are able to produce, it has a bunch of different benefits. It also has benefits of immortality, it has benefits of prolonging health and etc. And so you could see a scenario to where Momoshiki realizes like, look, Isshiki's gonna harvest the chakra fruit anyway. He's already got a vessel in place. Maybe I can team up with this guy. Maybe I can take over Boruto's body, and before we feed Boruto to the Ten Tails, we get a scenario to where Isshiki allows me to place my karma seal on somebody else. That way, after we feed Boruto to the Ten Tails, I'll be able to reincarnate myself, and then because we're both in the same clan, we can share the fruit that is born as a result. We can share it together. Now, that's something that maybe could happen, again, given that the karma seal is something that it takes a while to find a body that is suitable enough. Look at how many people Isshiki failed to have be compatible with his karma seal. It makes me really wonder if that's even an option for Momoshiki. I think he just got really lucky in that he could find Boruto and Boruto's body was compatible enough. I like to look at the karma seal just like a Jinchuriki. Not everybody can be a Jinchuriki. Your body has to be compatible with the Biju that is being sealed inside of you. And so I could definitely see a scenario to where maybe just maybe that's not something that's on the table for Momoshiki. However, because so many people have suggested this ultimate plot twist behind the plot twist to where Momoshiki and Isshiki are going to work together, or where Momoshiki is going to be in a surprise turn of events, going to turn around and be the actual end game villain of the series all along. Because so many people are saying that, I feel like it'd be irresponsible of me not to actually bring up that possibility, even though I don't think it's likely. In the most part, I don't think most of these are likely. However, so many people have wanted to know my opinions on them. I wanted to go ahead and just kind of throw those into this video, that way I can kind of see where the community's response on this is. And I might do a community response asking you guys what you guys think about what's going on with Boruto in terms of Boruto's future, because now we know that Isshiki has a definite end game for him and what that end game is. I might do a community response because I miss doing that interaction with you guys. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.